Alright guys, what I have behind me here is the Long Tom River, which flows into Fern Ridge Reservoir. So I'm up from the dam, the reservoir. So this is where we could see flooding. It's pretty common it's really common actually for this river to flood because we're up from the dam. And as you can see how close it is to the bank. It is right on the bank, and we have a home right over here, a house, which is fairly new, but as you can tell, it's up for sale. The house is up for sale, and it's about to be flooded. I take that back. You know, the rain has stopped, so this could be the peak river level that we'll see because the rain has stopped. And as it has been a couple days since the rain stopped, so this could be the peak of the flood water here. It hasn't actually flooded over the bank yet, but it's close. I'll go into some other areas and find it. But interesting thing about this house is, let me tell you, all the locals around here. This is the definition of a Californian living in Oregon. Come up here. Buy some land against a river that we know floods almost every winter. Let me tell you, back in 1996 we had a big flood here in Oregon. I remember it well. I was young, I was in school, and Bill Clinton came to town because it was a disaster area, so he flew over, and I would be underwater right now in this spot. I would be underwater. So if we ever get a flood like that again, and we will, that house possibly I could see get lifted off of that foundation. So this is what happens when you let Californians take over. And why was this Californian able to build this house here next to a flooding river? Because Californians have taken over Oregon's local government too. Californians. Alright, so what I got behind me here again is the Long Tom River, where it floods into this field here, which isn't uncommon at all, something every winter. And I can actually tell now how low the river actually is because I've seen the river over the road here, and so that's another good 5 to 7 feet that I've seen it higher. In 1996 it probably 10 feet higher than what it is there at least. Alright guys, so this is another spot where the Long Tom always floods into this field here every winter, so nothing real big here. And the Canadian geese love it, so they're out there in the river. But just another note, looking back at 1996 when we had that big flood, I would have been underwater even right here. And as you can tell, this is Highway 126 right here, and as you can see how high they built up the road. Well, maybe because whoever surveyed that road there actually had some brains, unlike the people we have in the government now who are letting people build houses right next to flooding rivers. So just a note. I'm curious to go look at the dam now, see if Army Corps of Engineers is letting out any water. So I'm real amazed I'm not seeing any kayakers in there, because I don't know, you can't get more extreme than that right there. Alright, here it is guys. So behind me here I have Fern Ridge Dam, and as you can see, today there's 2 floodgates open of the smaller gates, so quite a bit of water flowing out of there. I've seen it where, again, even with the dam, I'd be underwater here, so there's not much going on. But It is interesting that people want to take out dams like this. There are people that want to take out dams like this that are purposely there for flood control. We take out all these dams that would put Portland, Oregon underwater. So I don't know if that's a bad thing. You decide. Portland, Oregon underwater, washed out to sea. Would that be a bad thing?